What's up? My name is Miles. What a bummer. I thought I was going surfing today, but that red flag means it's a no-go for this surfer bro. Most days I come out here, there's a green flag that tells surfers and swimmers the conditions are good. Sometimes even a yellow flag is out to remind people to be cautious because the tides are stronger than usual. But that red flag means the water is rough, and it is not safe to be out in the ocean. Now I have a choice. Do I stay out of the water, or do I ignore the flag and go anyways? Sometimes what I want to do goes against what I should do. Have you ever had a time when you didn't know what was right, or who you should listen to? It's a big problem sometimes, but there is someone we can always trust to tell us the right thing to do. God. God always tells us the truth. And we can find that truth in the Bible, God's true message to us about himself. Here in the book of Genesis, we see a man named Abram who needed to listen to God, even when a different option looked really good. Let's see what Abram chose to do.
Abram and Lot. Abram, who was later called Abraham, went up from Egypt to a place called the Negev Desert. He took his wife and everything he owned. His nephew, Lot, went with him. Abram was very rich and had a large amount of livestock, silver, and gold. Along the way, Abram came to a place between the towns of Bethel and Ai, where he used to live. Abraham had built an altar to the Lord in that place. Abram stopped there and called on the name of the Lord.
Okay, so Abram was traveling a lot. He traveled with his whole family and all of his stuff. And did you hear what happened when they arrived to a place called Bethel? Abram built an altar to the Lord and worshiped him. This tells us something really important about Abram. He believed in God and followed him. Abram had a relationship with God. He trusted and followed what God said to do. This is going to be really important for what comes next. Let's check it out.
Now Lot, who was traveling with Abram, also had many flocks, herds, and tents. The land wasn't big enough to support both men and all they had. There was arguing among the people taking care of their herds of animals. So Abram said to Lot, "Please, let's not argue with each other. The people taking care of your animals and those taking care of mine shouldn't argue either. Isn't the whole land in front of you? Let's separate. If you go to the left, I'll go to the right. If you go to the right, I'll go to the left." Lot looked around and saw the whole Jordan River Valley that had plenty of water. It was like the garden of the Lord with all the food and water of Egypt. So Lot chose the whole Jordan River Valley for himself. Abram and Lot separated. Abram lived in the land of Canaan, while Lot went east, toward the tents near a place called Sodom. The Lord spoke to Abram after Lot left. The Lord said, "Look around from where you are. Look north and south, east and west. I will give you all the land you see. I will give it forever to you and your family who comes after you. I will make them as many as the dust of the earth." Can dust be counted? If it can, then your family can be counted. Go, walk through the land. See how long and wide it is. I'm giving it to you. So Abram listened to God. He went and lived near the large trees of Mamre at Hebron. There, he pitched his tents and built an altar to honor the Lord.
Whoa, Abram listened to God and believed he would keep his promise. God promised to give Abram all the land to the north, south, east, and west that could be seen. And that's a big promise. Abram listened and lived in the land God gave him. He worshiped God by building an altar to celebrate what God had done. You know, sometimes we choose not to listen to God. Instead, we choose what we think is best, not what God says is best. That is called sin. And sin breaks our relationship with God. See, we are all meant to know God. So God sent his son, Jesus, to fix our relationship with him. Do you remember in the Bible story when God promised that Abram's family would be as many as the dust on the earth? Well, Jesus was one of those descendants. And because of Jesus, we can all have a relationship with God. Isn't that awesome? Listening to God isn't always easy. There are a lot of voices and opinions from people in the world telling us what to do, how to think, and how to act. But when we listen to God, we can trust that He is the one we should listen to. I think I'll pay attention to this flag and not go in the water today. I'll try again tomorrow. See you later.